ტატა ჯაიანი და მეორე კოლეგასთან ნინო რაიშტაინებთან ერთად ჩვენი იდეა არის მობილური აპლიკაციის შექმნა, რომელიც გაუმჯობესებს მოგზაურობის დროს დანახარჯებს. იდეა მდგომარეობს იმაში, რომ მიუხედავად იმისა, რომ სხვადასხვა მობილური აპლიკაციების გამოყენება გადახდისას არ არის არაფერი სიახლე, ჩვენ ვაერთიანებთ სხვადასხვა მიდგომებს, რომლის საშუალებითაც ტურისტს შეუძლია ნებისმიერ ქვეყანას და ნებისმიერ დროს გადაიხადოს მარტივად, სწრაფად, ასევე დაიბრუნოს ფული, ანუ გააკეთოს ეგრეთ წოდებული VAT claim-ი, შეხედოს არსებულ ფასებს ბაზარზე, ანუ peer auditing price-ები იქნება წარმოდგენილი, რაც დაეხმარებათ იმაში, რომ არა მხოლოდ დაზოგონ დრო, არამედ დაზოგონ თავიანთი ფულიც. ველოდებით დღევანდელი ფიჩისგან, რომ კარგად გამოვალ და კარგად დაფიჩოთ და ასევე რომ დაგვიჯერებენ ინვესტორები, რომ ეს არის უზარმაზარი ბაზარი, უზარმაზარი პოტენციალი იმისა, რომ ეს გაამართლებს და ეს პროექტი არა მხოლოდ საქართველოს, არამედ მთლიანად მსოფლიოს გამოადგება და წარმატებას მოუტანს. So, hello.
Hi.
So, good morning, everybody. I'm Tata. It's Joshua, and he speaks instead of Nino, my co-founder, and we are PassSpot. PassSpot protects and leverages your budget, occasional budget. So, while traveling in other countries, we feel less secured. It's because of several reasons. But what people do not want to experience, they just want to have value for their money and not being exposed by potential threats of their limited time and budget.
Also, if you speak about the dimension of pain, just imagine what happens if your credit card gets stolen and you become a fraud victim. The average damage is much higher than your travel budget usually. And if you have ever done a VAT refund claim process, you know how difficult this is, especially time-consuming and expensive. But, and this means there are more than 10 billion unclaimed VAT refunds only in the EU each year. And VAT is 20% of your shopping budget. So you could spend a lot of more money if you would know that this is taken care of. And if you lose cash, you have immediate financial damage and you need some solution for that. So what's the solution? The solution is a mobile payment app which acts as a gateway for credit cards and your domestic mobile payment solutions to combine the advantages of cash and credit cards and also cure some of their worst flaws. Only mobile payment solutions which add value beyond the ability to pay are able to succeed because you don't easily change payment habits. We create an ecosystem of valuable complementary services for tourists which can be expanded by free and paid modules from third-party developers similar to the concept of an app store.
So, let's look how it works. You are downloading the app, linking it to your payment system, and then it's ready to be used. Upon arrival in the country of destination, your identification documents, passport or ID card, will be scanned and stored very securely by the authorities which are able to do it and with all governmental rules. Let's look at the market size. So we have huge market here, but we will start in Georgia. Why Georgia? Because it's the best market to prove the concept. It's very good market to start with the development of these services before you will and expand. We are looking at the tourist spendings statistics and not to the market size of transaction fees. Why spendings? Because spendings determine the value and the market flow, which is much more than just spendings we have.
We have several avenues of income, and also for merchants pay the payment processing fee, consumers pay for special services, and advertisers pay for also affordable prices for conversion-oriented consumer engagement solutions like ads or coupons and other incentives, which can be distributed with high precision to their desired target audience. And other value streams or also income streams will be determined during the ongoing consumer validation and also from emerging B2B opportunities.
So, how we go to the market, and it's very important how we will attract our customers. So, while going to your target market or the destination market, you are passing through different touching points. So, it's the points where we will interact with them and convert them to be our users. Our conversion rate is quite simple, and we can stay at very low level. With only 2% on average, we can only go to the break-even in Georgia, and we assume that this approach will also work in other markets.
There are plenty of mobile payment solutions out there, but according to analysts, the user adoption is still beyond expectations, not only online, also in physical retail and especially abroad. So the gorilla to catch out there is the market share of cash and credit cards. A successful mobile payment solution must create real simplification for the consumer's life. It must offer real financial benefit and support an ecosystem within which a community of participants can further enhance the value of their wallet. And we build exactly that and focus on a specific group of consumers, the tourists, which creates our own market niche within which we can evolve into a very valuable cooperation partner for the international heavyweight mobile payment providers.
So, you are asked why we are the perfect team. Because we have huge experience in marketing, sales, and industry. Our CTO used to work for banks and has developed scalable fintech platforms and startup and mobile apps.
We are starting to generate revenue in the second year, and in the first summer season after the launch, we will break even with crossing the mark of 8,000 monthly users in Georgia. This financial model is including international expansion. It's modeled from a top-down approach. This is why it looks a little bit strange. But we also have a more detailed and validated bottom-up model for the Georgian market.
So we are looking currently for 40 Ks, which will be used to go through the customer validation and MVP, and this money will be used to develop the prototype and make the first B2B sales. Our roadmap is very easy, but it's not finished yet because we are still in the process of validation. And you know now what we are doing, why we are doing so. You know that there is a pain, and we know the solution. And we are driven to make PassSpot for the global success project. Thank you for your attention.
So I'm from the United States, and I really don't understand this, because if I lose my credit card, I have no liability. The credit card company deals with fraud, and I do not pay. And I did once lose my passport, and I took my passport number to the US consulate and got one later that day. And even if I store my passport information with you, I still need to go to the consulate and get another passport in order to leave the country. So I don't understand how this helps me.
And I'll just add one thing. So I agree. In the US, there's no loss for loss of a credit card. If someone steals my card and charges $1 million, no cost to me. It's insured. But the other question is on cash. You kept saying cash. If you lose cash, you lose cash. I can't imagine how you could insure it. Now, if you're saying you're an electronic payment system, does that mean you're going to compete with all of the other electronic payment systems in the world, which is an incredibly difficult thing that's basically people believe only Apple or the big banks could do. So I don't
Yeah, let me answer this question first. The thing is, when the passport is available to the authorities on the device, or also in their networks, you don't have to carry it. So you can put it into some compartment where it is safe, so that you don't lose it. And this means you save time, because if you lose it, you lose one day at least. If it's during the working days, you lose one day of your precious travel time. and you still lose $150. But if your passport is safe, because you can identify yourself with the electronic version of your passport, this can't happen.
That's my question.
I can't leave the country with an electronic version of my passport.
No,
I
but
have
you
to
take
have
it-
my passport.
Of course.
So I have to go to my consulate, get a passport, and all I need to do that is my passport number, and I keep a copy of that.
No, just imagine you are arriving in a country of destination. It doesn't matter if you are for holidays or for a business trip, and you always fear that your passport can be stolen or you
Right.
can forget it somewhere because
Right.
it happens.
It does happen.
What you are doing, so when you are entering the country, your passport is scanned anywhere by the authorities. So in that case, they are giving you the unique code, which is stored in your mobile device. So it makes you free from carrying your passport with you while you are traveling. You are just having this unique code on your mobile app device or on some
It's
other
required
devices.
to carry it in many countries and to
And-
register at a hotel or to.
I have a photo of my
I don't
passport
understand.
in my cell phone, which usually
But
does the same
in many
means.
cases, the police cannot identify it only with a copy of your passport. That's why with this Unicode, which will be stored in a blockchain, the police can scan it and can prove if you are you or not.
You have to have the government
Yes,
saying yes.
compliance with government
so what
requirements.
have you done with the governments?
So it's a legal substitute.
Okay, but is it
Yeah.
what governments have approved this?
We are working on it, so we are in the validation phase. So that's why. So we see the niche that there is a demand for this, and we went
also
through
not-
different cases. So it's really a pain for many travelers.
Also we are talking, if we talk about the uncertainty while traveling, this is a very individual topic. Yeah? Each traveler has individual fears. And this passport thing is just one of the added values around the payment topic, among other added values, where some will be contributed by us, others by other third parties, to complete the suite of complementary services, like a Swiss Army knife for travelers, which makes them prefer a certain convenience and also cost savings while traveling. There are countries where it will be accepted to have digital copy of the passport. There will be countries where it will not be the case. Yeah, it simply depends. This is just one example that it is about adding value around this payment topic. If we travel, you can't go into a shop in any country and think you can pay with your domestic mobile app. Yeah? It simply doesn't work. This is why, for example, WeChat has started to figure out how to enter the market in Vietnam, because many Chinese have this wallet, and WeChat also wants a market share of their spending in Vietnam. The same happens now with Alipay in the US, and they also started to figure out how to enter the UK as a market, because Chinese are using Alipay to pay, and they want a market share of their spending abroad. But these are individual solutions, yeah? And by creating tourist situation-focused gateway for these payment solutions, it's very attractive for them, because they don't need to find individual reasons how and why to enter which market, because we already provide the gateway focused on exactly the target audience, which are tourists, yeah, travelers. It saves, it removes pain from the travelers and also the payment providers. So we have a good solution for several stakeholders in the market. And about cash, can you please repeat?
I think you answered my question. Thank you. I understand it better now.
Issuing passport same day will not happen, because now when the move of biometric,
Yeah.
if you lost your passport, you get a travel document,
Right.
you have to go home, and that's it.
I know.
Tell me about it. I'm dealing with this on a daily basis.
I know.
People are
But
I
on the,
cannot issue the passport anymore.
I actually went to the consulate and they found my passport.
That's a better. That's a
That was a
best
better
case.
answer.
but the key is
Thank
you
you.
just put the passport in a safe box, and when you leave the country, you simply take it out. Yeah? This is how you can't lose it.
Okay.
Thanks.
ძალიან ნერვიულობდი pitching-ის დროს, ამიტომ რაღაცეები რისი თქმაც მინდოდა შეიძლება ისე ვერ გამოვხატე. თუმცა თვითონ ჟური თუ რაც ქვია, ძალიან კეთილგანწყობილი არის და ნამდვილად არ არის იმაზე მომართული, რომ ან რაღაცა ჩავჭრელი კითხვა დაგისვას, ან რაღაცა ისეთი გითხრას, რაც კიდე უფრო პანიკაში ჩაგაგდებს. ანუ მგონი ცუდად არ ჩაუვლია და რა ვიცი, დაველოდოთ შედეგებს.